I can still see the moment she spoke it, crisp and impossible to shake. Triumph lit her eyes and a smug smile curled at her mouth, the same look that once charmed me. "I've broken you," she murmured, almost gleeful, as though she discovered the final piece to bend me to her will. For years I believed our marriage rested on equal footing: respect, companionship, love. I was patient, forgiving, the one who softened fights and swallowed pride to keep peace. Standing in our living room after 7 years together, I realized she thought she'd won. My name is Jason. For 7 years, I'd done everything expected of a husband. Sarah, bright, magnetic, always the center of attention, could stop a room with a look. But beneath that magnetism simmered a craving for control, for being the one who directed how I moved and felt. At first, I mistook it for intensity, for passion. Her insistences felt like love in her language. Over time, subtle manipulations revealed themselves. I tried to address them gently, to steady our balance without sparking a war. That morning, she unpacked her supposed triumph with casual grace. A flipped lock of hair, a precise placement of her coffee mug, a tone that suggested she towered above me. Every little gesture felt intentional. "You finally see it, Jason," she said softly, her voice threaded with victory. "You finally know who runs this marriage." I let her bask in that illusion a beat longer than she expected. I'd been planning this for months, and she had no idea. Every document I'd signed, every appointment I'd kept, every patient conversation had been part of a careful plan. She counted on guilt and pressure to make me capitulate, on my fear of upending the life we'd built. She had overlooked one thing: the resolve I'd quietly been growing all these years. My calm wasn't submission, it was readiness. I allowed a silence to hang between us until her certainty flickered. "Jason, what are you doing?" she asked, a thread of doubt seeping into her voice. I didn't rush to answer. I let tension accumulate until it made her uneasy. "You really think you've won?" I said at last, steady and deliberate. Her expression shifted from smugness to searching. She studied me as if trying to locate the man she believed she could shape. "I said it," she repeated, this time harder, almost daring me to contradict her. I offered a faint smile that wasn't defeat, but quiet assurance. Then I moved. I reached for the folder I had placed on the counter the night before, the one she'd assumed were ordinary bills, and slid it toward her. The papers made a soft sound as they landed. "These," I said, voice low, "are our divorce papers. Signed, filed, and final." Her face folded inward. The confidence she wore that morning crumbled as if struck. For years she'd wielded influence through veiled criticisms, tiny ultimatums, and constant demands. But in that single moment the balance shifted. There was no triumphant shout from me, no vindictive theatrics. This wasn't cruelty. It was reclamation, the quiet writing of a life that had been tilted for too long. She reached for the folder, hands trembling. I stayed still. "Read them," I said. "Understand them." The look on her face was raw, disbelief braided with shame, as she recognized that what she had counted on as control was nothing but a fragile performance. Tears came and she collapsed onto the couch, clutching the papers as if they could tether her to an older story she no longer controlled. I didn't gloat. There was no victory dance, only a measured calm born of preparation and principle. "You thought words and little machinations could own me," I told her softly. "You can influence or intimidate, but you cannot possess someone's will." Her bravado had been a construct. Every barb, every manipulation a brick in a facade. Now that facade lay in ruins. I stepped closer, voice quiet though each sentence carried weight. "These papers are more than signatures," I said. "They're the result of choices you made, and the boundary I finally chose to draw." Sobs racked her body, and for the first time in years she seemed small and unguarded. She had misjudged me. She had underestimated how far my patience could stretch and how firmly I would hold to what I would no longer accept. No threats, no shouting, no vindictiveness. Just truth, deliberate action, and the steady reclaiming of my self-respect. When I spoke again, the words hung in the stillness. "You never tamed me, Sarah. You only uncovered the strength I already had. I will walk away whole." The apartment remained quiet, heavy with the aftermath. Her sobs softened, and I felt, alongside the sorrow, a deep, exacting relief. Liberation arrived not with drama, but with a clear, unshakable knowledge that some victories are won in silence and remembered forever,